Hi, Sagittarius. So let's do a 4-layered spread to try to capture the energy around you. So I have 3 tarot decks and a Kipper deck. So we're starting with 7 of Wands, which is Sagittarius energy, Page of Swords, Page of Cups, King of Swords, 10 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. Under this deck is the 6 of Wands. So Sagittarius, I can already tell that this is going to be a love reading. So let's prepare for that. So we'll take 6 of these. So there's the 10 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Page of Cups again, Queen of Pentacles. There's a lot of court cards in this reading. Ace of Swords, 7 of Cups. Under this deck is the Knight of Wands. Then we'll take 6 Kipper cards for our 3rd layer. So there's Courtship, Community, Mature Man, Imprisonment, Toil and Labor, Judication. Under this deck is Main Male. And then finally, we're going to take 2 of these tarot cards just to add our 4th layer. And then Sagittarius, we're going to get into this. So there's the 6 of Cups, the High Priestess, and under this deck is the 8 of Cups. So this feels to me like you're struggling with this person, Sagittarius. And this is just from the surface energy, but it feels like you're not making any real breakthroughs with this person, that perhaps you've given them second chances, you've reconciled, you've made amends, you've given them opportunities, but it feels like it's not going anywhere. I also get the impression that there's another person in this energy. There's at least a 3rd person. We see court cards everywhere. We see main male underneath the deck. So you may be moving in the direction of a new person, of a new love. You might be considering your options, Sagittarius. That's what I have so far. So if this feels like you're reading, then let's really get into this. So we have 9 of Cups, Ace of Swords, Toil and Labor, and the High Priestess. So this is the energy that exists between the two of you. So this feels a bit like an ending. And let me explain why. The 9 of Cups can very much be about deciding to just take care of yourself. It's never a good idea to see a 9 of Cups in between the energy in a relationship. In your own external energy, in your own internal energy, in your own energy, a 9 of Cups is fine. But when it's the energy that exists between the two of you, it feels like you're both sort of just looking out for number one right now. That there's not a lot of, neither one of you is putting forth much effort towards this relationship right now. It feels like all those second chances that you used to give this person, you're not giving them anymore, and that you're starting to see the clarity in this situation with the Ace of Swords, and that all of the work and all of the effort and all of the time that you've put into this, it doesn't feel like all that work is really paying off. So you're kind of intuitively drawn right now to just focus on yourself. But I feel that from both sides. I don't feel like either one of you is really putting forth effort anymore. And I'm not quite sure why that is for either of you. You may be moving towards another person, but I don't want to jump to that. Let's go through each of these cards. So in your person's feelings, we have the 4 of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. So your person's not really being super transparent with you. Not necessarily that they're lying to you. I don't see that, at least not yet. But they're holding back how much they really want this with you. This feels like an ego thing, this 4 of Pentacles. They're just holding back how they really feel about you. They feel joy with you. They feel stability with you, but it's like they're refusing to show that to you. Sometimes people who like to have control will show up as a 4 of Pentacles and a Queen of Pentacles. So maybe your person feels like showing up in their most authentic way, or really telling you just how great you are. It makes them feel like they don't have the control anymore. If they give you too much, they feel like they may be not leading the connection anymore, which is not a good way to look at relationships, by the way. This is just how I'm reading this person, that they're not going to give you the compliments or the credit that you deserve because they feel like that puts you on top. Their actions towards you are the 8 of Pentacles and imprisonment. So again, they're holding back putting any work towards this. And I was getting that with this toil and labor card here too, that both of you are only focusing on yourselves right now. I think you have a different motive for doing that, but it feels to me like you're both focusing on yourselves. Your person is absolutely holding back taking any more steps towards you. But again, I get this feeling that your person wants to win, or they want to be recognized for something, or they don't want to recognize you for something. There's something very ego-driven here. We do see the 6 of Wands at the bottom and the Knight of Wands, which are both very ego-driven types of energies. So I feel like that's what your person's ego is not allowing them to almost give you credit or compliment you or give you affection because they don't want it to go to your head. That's what I'm getting. So in your feelings, you still have romantic feelings towards this person, but you also know that this may not be the thing for you. So I feel that your heart hasn't given up on this person, but you may be starting to see what your other options are. You might be seeking new opportunities. You may have already met someone with this main male being here. So, and don't worry about gender. Gender has nothing to do with it. Just represents a person that you could be moving towards. And so I do feel like you understand that this person is like, it doesn't feel like this is a good match for you in the sense that you would have expected this person to show up more as a partner than a competitor. And I'm getting like this competitive energy coming from this person, that they are not going to let you win. And you're saying to yourself, but win what? We're supposed to be in this together. We're on the same team. So if you win, I win. But this person doesn't see it that way, which I think is why you're starting to consider your other options. That like, do I really want to be in a relationship, in a love relationship with someone who's competing with me or wants to win? So your actions are the same. You're doing nothing. 7 of Pentacles and adjudication. You're thinking about it. And I can see you're thinking about it because we have the 7 of Cups here. You're just thinking about this. You're trying to figure out if what you've invested is worth it. Is this person bringing enough to the table to make this make sense? Are you done with this person feeling like they need to bring you more, but they refuse to? It feels very stubborn. I think you see this person as very stubborn, but we'll get to that too. But you're definitely thinking about it. You've pulled back so that you can focus on yourself, other options. Your person pulled back because they don't want you to win, even though it feels to me like they want to have this with you. But their ego is just not allowing them to come forward in a way that is going to impress you. So they see you as the Page of Swords and courtship. They know the potential they have with you. This is just more confirmation that your person definitely sees you as their potential person, that this could be a very healing relationship. It could be a comforting relationship. It could be a right fit with courtship. They see you that way, but their ego is just so in the way. And this is kind of confirming too, because you see them as the King of Swords and mature man. You see them as not bringing any kind of love or affection towards the situation. They're bringing their logic. And because they felt you pull back, because you have your reasons, which we already know, this is like a vicious cycle. I'm seeing this cycle. I'm seeing it. That you finally pulled your energy back because you're done dealing with this person's shenanigans. But because you pulled your energy back, they're saying, well, you can't fire me, I quit. And so that's the cycle. And I feel like you see this as a person who's very set in their ways with mature man. Mature man, I often read that as someone who has established their values, ideals. And this is someone who is just not going to give you your way, regardless of how it hurts them, regardless if they have to lose you, which it feels like they may be losing you. But this is certainly, you see them as completely out of balance when it comes to what you need, but yet this person doesn't want to correct that. This person doesn't want to correct what it is that they need to bring you in order for you to not move towards someone else. So in their intentions, they have the 7 of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles. So they want to fight for this. They see the longevity with this. They want to take the high ground when it comes to this, but they also want to have the upper hand. And that's their intention. So this is how I know that they're probably not going to change their attitude anytime soon or change their actions anytime soon, because this 7 of Wands is saying they need to have the higher position. This is not an equal playing field. They want to commit to you and they want to stay with you, but on their terms, because their ego is telling them that. In your intentions, you have the 10 of Cups and the Page of Cups. So you just want happiness. You want peace. You want potential. You want love. You want affection and all those good feelings. This is really very strongly telling me that you know what you want, which is probably why you're pulling away from this person, because they're not giving you any cups whatsoever, and this is what you want. So I think that you're telling this person, not today. I think you're drawing your boundaries. You are not really dealing with this person, and I do see you kind of slipping away towards someone else. The energy that exists between the two of you, or that holds you together, is Page of Cups, King of Pentacles, community, and the 6 of Cups. This combination of the Page of Cups and the 6 of Cups together can absolutely mean children. And so there could be children in the mix, which is what's keeping you together. We're getting community, King of Pentacles. So I feel like you have a strong history with this person, a long history with this person. You share assets. You might share children in some way. There's a community of people. You could have mutual friends. This King of Pentacles is saying that there's something very stable and solid, and as far as tangible assets. So you might own a home together. So make this part make sense for you, Sagittarius, but there's a lot of reasons why I can see that you're still with this person, that you keep taking this person back, because it looks like a complicated type of situation. It's not just one where you can go home and block their calls. It's not like that. You might share a home. You might have custody issues with children. So make that part make sense for you. But I can see that's why you keep taking them back, because it's so complicated to break it off. But I also see you really understanding that this is not going to make you happy. This is not where your true happiness lies. Someone who is holding themselves back because they don't want you to win is not your idea of a good relationship. I see that here. So I see that you want freedom from this. You want to release this, but you're worried about perhaps the judgment of other people, perhaps actual judgment if there has to be a divorce. So that's what I see, that there's some fear of the freedom, but you really want the freedom. And I kind of see you moving towards your freedom. So there you go, Sagittarius. That is your love reading. Will you please let me know how this was resonant for you? Consider subscribing to the channel if you like my vibe, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.